Hello, I'm Bunnery.
I'm Brad Mower.
And this is IFXtra. So we're actually back from holiday properly now, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
And everything's back to normal and, quizzes and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the last one of these videos was very confusing
Yes,
because we were recording on a Monday and then
all of about last week or this week or next week.
all of the times didn't make sense.
So
it was very confusing.
Yeah, but back to normal now.
Oof. Or I've just thought on the subject saying the time's really confusing. I mean, you know what happens in a few weeks now. The clocks go back. Anyway, there's a whole other thing to deal with.
Yeah. But anyway, what have you been doing this week, work-wise?
Catching up on stuff and sort of just getting back into the routine of things. So as is the custom, part of this, probably half of it, more than half of it, has been trying to deal with external stuff and chase up some bits and pieces there so that we can get money to keep doing all of this. So that's eating up quite a bit of time. But I've been doing some bits and pieces with interference as well. Nothing terribly exciting. The most interesting part is we have been having a little bit of a discussion on Discord. Well, we've revisited a discussion about what to do about descriptions that no one is drawing.
Okay. Well, we had a few then.
There's always a few.
Yeah, they're not getting through the skipped pile.
Yeah, this is the problem. And for those of you who don't know how this works, so you draw things, you describe things, they go into sort of a big queue, and then when someone tries to join a game, we show them the one that's at the front of the queue, so the thing that's been there the longest. If you skip it, it goes away for a bit, you see other things, and then eventually that skip kind of times out and that item will appear again. You can have another go at it, or you can just skip it again. Some stuff gets skipped a lot.
Okay.
If it gets skipped a lot, it ends up in the spurned queue, which is the things that people don't seem to like. So if you're feeling really confident and you want to tackle a hard thing to get a game moving, you can just go into spurned and we'll give you one that no one else wants to do. But some stuff still gets skipped in there.
Okay, yeah.
And so people really don't want to do it.
Okay.
And it's difficult because I don't like the idea of just binning stuff off.
Sometimes like halfway through, or been quite a lot of effort into it so far.
Well, no, I mean it's just like that description.
Just the very first description. Oh yeah, it could be in the middle of a game though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the thing that people are skipping. It might be, I don't know. Let's say it's a 21-step game. We've got through
20. 19.
Let's 19. Yeah, sorry, I had quick maths. We got to 19. It's a really hard description. No one wants to draw it, and so that game's just kind of stuck.
But there's all that effort before it.
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
I'm saying. Yeah.
So I don't really want to, and then it gets suggested every so often. You should have a system where if people are skipping a description, it just goes in the bin. And I mean, there is some logic to that, because then, so this would happen, this game gets up to step 18, someone draws something. Step 19, someone describes it, but it's like in a difficult way, or it's confusing or something, and people see the description and they're like, nah. And so the proposal, the suggestion that some people have said, after a while, that description should automatically get binned and it should go back to the previous drawing, and then someone else describes it differently, and then everything just finishes nicely, everything good. Because they describe it in an easier way. Someone comes along, oh, I'll draw that, draw, describe, done. It's interesting though, because some people are like, yeah, this is obviously the right way to fix this. This is definitely the way to go. But then some people are like, no, I'm very against the idea of things disappearing just because people don't want to draw them. And it's difficult, because I like to respect the time that people put into things. Obviously drawings are more of a time commitment, so we're never going to be getting rid of drawing. Obviously we do get rid of drawings when people draw naughty things. And one of the things that's been nice about being on holiday is I haven't seen any crudely drawn body parts for a week, which was great. But so yeah, bad drawings we get rid of. But like anything where people made an effort, we're never going to get rid of that stuff. But yeah, descriptions. I mean, it's difficult. Descriptions are less of a time investment. So I think it is maybe fair to get rid of them, but a lot of the time I feel that it's not that something is hard or that it's not that something is justified getting rid of. It's just maybe like it just needs the right person to come along. I mean, we discussed this on Discord yesterday. I used the example of, I don't know, Pokemon. Pokemon come up in games. I'm playing. Okay, I want to draw something. The prompt I get is, I don't know, something involving different Pokemon doing something or whatever. I'm like, this is a bit hard. I'm going to skip that. I don't know anything about Pokemon. I know Pikachu. I know a few Pokemon, but it's like I'm not confident doing that. I'd have to like go and look up what all these things look like, and like, oh no, I'm just going to skip that. But someone else comes along, like I don't know, Ferret for example, played all the Pokemon games, knows all this like the back of a hand. Oh, this is an easy one. Yeah, I'll just draw that. Bah, 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 bah. One, it's subjective. One person's this is too hard and should be removed from the system. Someone else's ideal prompt.
Which is why we have it in this a separate queue.
Yeah, and if we just get rid of things, it could be the next person that comes along would have loved that prompt. So,
can't you just get rid of the description and then get someone to describe that picture again? It might be a bit clearer next time.
Yes, that's the entire point.
Good.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
But some people are unhappy that descriptions would be removed.
Description. Oh, I don't think that's too bad though, is it?
Yeah, but as I say, the thing is, it could be that description, it's too hard for me, and I go, oh, this should be removed from the system. No one's ever going to draw that. The next person along might be like, oh, wow, this is my favourite thing to draw. Yeah, awesome.
That's why we have a spurn queue, so we give it another chance, don't we?
Yeah.
So I don't think you can keep giving it chances forever.
Where this is going is we have access to numbers. So we can look at things like how long it's been since a description was submitted, and if it's been in for more than 12 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, a week, I don't know, whatever. Maybe that's a sign that, okay, this does need to go. We can also see how many times it's been skipped. We can see how many individual people have skipped it.
I think that's important.
Yeah. So we might run some experiments with this. Because I feel so. As I said, I know we have people who are very feel very strongly about this on either side, and bluntly, I think both sides are wrong. The correct thing is in the middle somewhere, and it's just a matter of finding that. I don't think there should be a system which just quickly bins things off, but also I think that it does cause a problem, and we need to do something about it. So
if you can find out how long it's been in the spurned.
Yeah, I think we basically we need to just do something with numbers.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before. I think last time we talked about it was probably November last year, so it's been nearly a year. And we did some tests, and then I think the people who were anti removing descriptions then decided to start trying to tackle the hard descriptions, and the problem resolved itself. So a third point, someone said a while ago, and I can't remember who it was because it was months ago, someone complained saying like, oh, some of these descriptions are too hard, you should do something about that. And someone else said, no, you should do something about it, get out of your comfort zone, try and draw them. And I feel like it was quite a simplified version of the argument, but there is some truth in it. If you see something keep coming up again and again, is the solution to remove it, or is the solution to go, all right, I'll have a go at this.
Just make it simple. Put the basics in.
Okay, I don't know what this bit's a bit too complicated. I can do this part of it though. So, maybe the solution is we all need to sort of step up and go, I've seen this one a few times, I'm going to do it. And then, in fact, on this discussion on Discord, someone, it was 9% in fact, said, sometimes when I've seen something a few times and it's obvious that it's not getting dealt with, I decide to have a go, and it gets me to try something new, and I like it. So,
well, that's what the spend queue is for, so, we've still got things like that, even if we get rid of things that have been there a long time.
Yeah, so, I mean, maybe the solution is we need like a queue of super spurned. I don't know. Or something where
Another one.
so stuff gets skipped a lot. It ends up in the spurn queue. If it's there for some threshold, we do flag it for potential removal. But there's also a way for people to, like almost a last chance queue.
Chance, that's a good one, yeah.
These items are going to be removed.
Like at the supermarket.
Exactly, yes. Like the reduce to clear.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have a reduce to clear queue, which is basically stuff no one's drawing, and we're gonna have to get rid of it.
Yeah, but you've got a few...
last chance to save.
Last chance saloon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you wanted, you could get in there and rescue those items.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've been thinking about this yesterday, and I've got an idea of a name for it because I know all about the stupid code names. But I need to. I'm trying to backronym it into something, and I haven't quite figured out what it can stand for. So maybe next time we'll talk about that. Cool. So yeah, I mean, I think that is maybe the middle ground on it. We do remove things, but we put in an easy way for people to rescue items from being removed.
Yeah. The rescue me pile.
Yeah. So maybe that's the way to go. Anyway, point is, really interested to hear what people think about this.
Cool.
It's probably easiest to discuss this on Discord, because then we can have, like back and forth and stuff like that. Playinterference.com/Discord. Although, if you want to comment in the weekly news post, if you'd rather keep it on the forums, hey, go for that. It's all good. Yeah. But yeah, so the questions are, do you think we should remove descriptions that aren't getting drawn? If so, what do you think is a fair point to remove something? Like, how long should it have been there? How many times should it have been skipped? And what do you think about an idea of going in the middle on this, having a system that automatically removes things, but also there's an easy way for people to grab those items and deal with them before they get removed?
Cool.
Or, of course, because, hey, we're fallible. Anyone else got a better idea? It could be there's some really awesome idea that we haven't thought of.
Could be.
And we'd love to hear it, if so.
Yeah.
I feel like I've talked a lot there. Yeah. I am very sorry.
Okay, now let's go and see who won this week's awards. Picture of the week this week goes to Loco Louie for Jane Austen Finds Herself in 2022. I just love this picture. It's brilliant, and she will be so happy now to see so many female authors. Well done, Loco.
My favourite description this week was Unboxing Match by Celeste. I love the way things are flipped here. Originally this was supposed to be two guys in a boxing match, but the drawing has them, with actual boxes, and then it's become an unboxing match. Makes me think of either a new trend for YouTubers competing to see who can do the best unboxing video, or perhaps a really unusual angle for a new series of Deal or No Deal where everybody just plays in their pants. Nice work, Celeste.
Community pick of the week this week goes to Cinnamon Flame for Egyptian Pharaoh trying to illegally purchase a candy cane. I love this one. It's all done in hieroglyphs and they look quite annoyed. That's really good. Well done, Cinnamon Flame. They were amazing.
Awesome stuff there, as always.
Now we're going to see what we were talking about last week in the forums. Last week in the forums, I said, what's the most interesting museum or art gallery that you've been to? We've recently come back from St Ives, and we went to the Tate at St Ives. So usually we have Tates in London, and now there's one in Liverpool, and there's one in St Ives. And we went in, and it was amazing. As well as having, important paintings like Pollock and Picasso and Rothko and all those kind of things, they had a beautiful, colourful exhibition about a giant spaceship and furries. And there were 3 furries scattered about. A cat, a dog, and a fox.
I mean, this sounds totally random, and it was totally random. But it was,
it
was really interesting.
Amazing,
But it was basically about what would you call it? Like an Earth ship kind of thing, like a giant spaceship with a whole sort of community and things on it, and like the exhibition hall was sort of decked out as this spaceship. It was it was really cool.
Yeah. And then they had an evening where they had lots of films playing. like premieres of little films, and also a rock band playing indie rock.
Yeah.
Which was quite cool too.
So yeah, Disco Rococo they were called. They were quite cool. Enjoyed that. That was in the spaceship as well. Yeah. And yeah, we saw these sort of little art films and stuff. Really, really interesting.
Yeah.
I like. Ironically, because hey, we made a game that's about art. I'm not really like an art person. What's the cliche thing? I don't know art, but I know what I like, kind of thing. Like, we went to the Tate Modern once, and I'm just walking around like, I don't understand any of this. I don't get it. What is going on here? But there was some. I like doing things that aren't. I like being pushed out of my comfort zone and wandering around looking at stuff. And sometimes you just see things that are really cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, what's everyone else seeing?
Well, Random Roger said, meow wolf, just type that into Google Images and you'll see some bizarre images. I don't know what that's all about.
Okay.
I didn't actually try it, but yeah, it's a kind of online museum maybe. I don't know.
We should try that.
Gallery, yeah. B-Steph Corbin said, the Vatican in Vatican City, Italy. One word, loot. My bone marrow was positively vibrating from being near such priceless treasures. And I couldn't help thinking, and that's just what they want to show you. Loot.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, isn't it? They got some.
It's like the Vatican Secret Library. I want to know what's in that.
They got some big stuff stashed away, haven't they? Yeah. That'd be really interesting.
Yeah.
Dakesh saying most interesting is a tough standard. Depends what the interests are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Interactive science. I mean, yeah, that's cool. Antiques, walk through modern installations, grand old masters. So many great choices. Museums doing a terrific job in finding new, appealing ways to present their treasures. Yeah. I mean, we've been to like some sort of varieties of those, like interactive science. Been like like Science Museum, National Space Centre, that kind of stuff. Been to like the
Natural History Museum.
Yeah, exactly. All kinds of stuff.
The Wellcome Foundation.
We went to that's cool.
One,
in London, just down from Euston. I was going to say the Uffizi in Florence. That was cool. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. Among the best memories are a reconstructed Neolithic village that I went to on a school trip. The Ars Electronica Centre in Linz, electronic art in every form. For example, a real piano programmed to imitate spoken words. And the Museum of the Home in London. Oh, I've never been to the Museum of the Home, but I think I've heard of it. Yeah. Real piano programmed to imitate spoken words. I remember once when we went to an art exhibition at the Toilet Factory. It's not really a toilet factory, it's like a pottery place, but they have, it's like a toilet museum. And there was some interactive electronic art there, the periodic table of swearing.
Oh, yes.
And it's the periodic table, but all of the letters were different, shall we say, and when you pressed it, it spoke them out. And it was horrendously rude, but it was actually really funny. And it was really interesting from an art point of view.
Yeah, and electronic.
And they had little fridge magnets of them, and you got to take them away. So we have some on our whiteboard over there. We have a BW and a BKS, which we were like, oh yeah, that's like books, because you like books. Didn't stand for books. And something else. I forget. I can't quite see it. It's behind the light. But yeah, that was interesting. Don't look it up though. Not safe for work is what I'm saying. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. An extraordinary experience. This is still the cache, by the way. An extraordinary experience was a dark museum.
Ooh.
Nothing special in there, just everyday objects, but in complete and utter darkness. There were blind guides leading small groups of visitors, letting them experience the world from their vantage point. The dark museum I went to no longer exists, but there's several similar museums in other cities. They had a bar, also in the dark, where you could order real drinks and pay with real money. They had you prepare coins in advance, like paper money would have been too difficult.
Wasn't it?
And the most interesting part was that the people I went with were strangers. It was a free promo invitation from work, but all my colleagues cancelled last minute, so I was alone and lumped together with invitees from other companies. But after the tour through the dark museum, we were familiar like old friends.
That's quite nice, isn't it?
I know there's restaurants that sort of do that as well.
Die in the dark, yeah. You don't know what you're eating, but you die in the dark.
That would be like really interesting.
It would actually.
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah, I remember one of these sort of blind restaurants. The staff were blind as well. Yeah.
Cool.
Because of course it doesn't matter.
No.
Because the
dark,
lights are all off anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's interesting.
Fascinating.
Yeah, there's more to read on that subject in the forums. And now we're going to see what we'll be doing next week in the forum. Write a few words from a song and see if the next person can guess the song. Then they can leave a few words for the next person to guess. I will start. On candy-striped legs, the Spider-Man comes.
If you'd like to join in with that, then just head over to the forum games section of the forum. It's the pinned thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list.
Cool, and don't forget, tomorrow night is quiz night. 5 rounds with 5 different topics.
Yeah, back to the regular schedule now.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen this before, every Sunday night at 7 p.m. UK time, we run Zeitgeist, the Interference Quiz of the Week. It's a live interactive quiz stream where you play along against the rest of the audience, competing for points and places on the leaderboard. We've got 5 rounds, 5 questions each. Each round is based on one of the week's drawings from Interference. Bunnery picks 5 of her favourite drawings, then uses them as inspiration for the rounds. So we won't find out what they actually are until the night, but go on, tease us with the featured artists.
Okay, this week we've got drawings from Handsomeness, from Smurf Sora, Cookie Crumble, Raspberry, and Beast F. Corbin. Cool pictures.
Okay, interesting. So, like I say, you'll have to join us tomorrow at 7 to find out what those topics are. But normally I'd say, what happened last Sunday then? Last Sunday, we were on holiday. Well, technically we weren't because we were back, but we'd only just got back.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to commit to the stream.
No. Cool. But we were here Thursday.
We were, yes.
And there was a Zeitgeist 20, and it's all about inventions. Guess who won?
Go on.
Darth won with 186, Bus Stop TV was second with 183, and then third was Blue Jay with 151.
Excellent. Okay.
This week we're having Zeitgeist 20. It's all about ancient Rome. And we've got an awesome drawing by Crispy.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I might know a little bit about that.
You might. We'll see.
We'll have to see. Yeah. Okay. Those of you with quiz bingo cards, I didn't say the thing. Yeah, I know you were expecting it, but I didn't say it. Anyway, you'll have to join us on Thursday to find out what that's all about. That'll be Thursday, 7 p.m. UK on twitch.tv/interference.
Okay, that's all the news for now. So it just goes to say.
Yeah, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved. You can play on the web at playinterference.com or search for Interference in the App Store on your phone or tablet and download the app. You can also get social with us. We're on Twitter at PlayIFX, Facebook at PlayInterference, and patreon.com/interference if you want to give us a bit of monthly support for the ongoing maintenance of the game, building the apps, adding in all sorts of new features like new game modes. And all kinds of other things, running the quiz as well. We really appreciate your support. Patrons get supporter status in Interference, so you get access to new game modes like Art Start and Recall. You get custom invites, you get replays, all that kind of stuff. And if you're a quiz player, you get a custom entrance shout out from Ava.
Which is cool. Okay, that's it for now. So we'll see you again next week.
Yep, have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.